Hello everybody, and welcome back to some more Final Fantasy 14. So, we basically have a pretty simple stream today in terms of the content. I think it might end up being a little bit more complicated when we get to the later parts of it, but the start of the stream is going to be pretty simple. Essentially, I was able to put the stream started, get the Kitari all the way to max rep sworn, so we just have like one quest left we need to do, and then we'll be completely done with the Kitari, and I will most likely never do their quest again because they don't really give anything interesting. Like, the only thing really is, I don't know, maybe the materia. That's one for gathering, and then I guess maybe this aged oak log, which can be used for the Ronkin rocking chair. And I guess it's not available from anywhere else. Or maybe it is. I actually don't know. Oh, you can only buy it there. Huh. But yeah, Kitari don't really give a whole lot of stuff that's actually valuable to me. Kind of the same with the dwarves, to be honest. Pixies at least give like a large amount of XP when you do their dailies. The Kitari don't. Plus, don't really need the gathering XP. And the dwarves don't really give any XP for the crafters, so yeah, they are not really worth doing either. That's the wrong key point that I pressed there. There we go. Alright. Or B to the screen. Let's do this.
Oh, Shauna. On behalf of all the stewards, I thank you for your tireless efforts. You have our sincere gratitude. Indeed. We Kitari must bear the responsibility of having spread the pox to these parts of the forest. Finally, we have brought this painful chapter of our history to a close, and we could not have done so without your invaluable aid. At first, I feared we might damage our relations with the Knights Blessed and the XIVs beyond repair. Instead, we have managed to overcome the plague together, and in doing so, the time-tested bonds between our peoples are stronger than ever before.
Yeah, I should probably also mention, I don't know if my chat window that I have opened in OBS is working 100%, because after I opened up OBS here earlier, it basically just started being like, oh yeah, we're reconnecting, and it just wouldn't do anything. Then I closed down the chat dock and then opened it again. And now it's not doing that, but I have no idea if it actually works or not, so guess we'll see.
I travel to Slitherbow and Fanau all the time to share tidings from the forest with my newfound friends. And with the guidance of the Great Serpent, we have reclaimed long-lost knowledge, not just of our own kind, but of Great Ronka itself. In studying the restored stela, I have had occasion to reflect and ruminate on the history of the Empire. It truly was a great civilization, controlling and exerting influence over all of ancient Norvrend. It was a civilization of great enlightenment, welcoming myriad peoples and uniting them under a single banner to live in peace and prosperity. Hume and Ais, Kitari, and Renso, living side by side and working towards a common good, the artistic and academic accomplishments of the Empire were many. And yet this, its greatest strength, would also prove its downfall, or so my theory holds. As the Empire expanded and the years went on, once strong friendships and alliances began to turn sour. Small disagreements flared into all-out conflicts, and Ronka, once akin to a mighty tree that seemed as if it would stand forever, began to splinter from within. I imagine Ronka in its final years, withered and dying. No doubt the Emperor sat on his throne, waiting in vain for the arrival of one who would restore his empire to its former glory. Waiting for the ally of Ronka. Compared to the long and storied history of Ronka, my own 3 years seem as significant as a drop of water in a great and gushing river. I understand the sentiment, my boy, but it is not so. While the lifespan of any one Kittery may be short, we must never underestimate the value of our shared knowledge and wisdom, accumulated through our many experiences and recorded for the sake of posterity. Just as our forefathers did their part to shape the course of Ronkan history, so, too, will the discoveries you have made serve to forge the future of our people, and the Great Wood itself. But we must not forget our friends and allies, without whose aid we may not have survived to see this day. Might I trust you to convey our gratitude to them on my behalf, Shakurl? But of course, Father. Consider our gratitude conveyed. Ho ho. Ever learning, I see. Shauna, might I trust you to escort my son to Fanau? I would not be able to forgive myself if anything unfortunate happened to him on this day of triumph. Come, Shauna. Master Lanley will be overjoyed to see us, I'm sure.
Okay. So speaking with Lanley in for now. Wondering if this is actually going to be how long this quest is going to be, because the one for the Pixies was really damn short. It was like, what, go speak with like a lad and then go and speak with Tierbeck. And that was it.
It pleases me to hear that all is well at the Stoppel. We are honored to have done our small part to be of service to our Kittery friends. Never did I think I would live to see this age-old alliance of Ronka rekindled.
For us as well, Master Lanley. From ancient rituals to the remedies that eased our pain in trying times, there is so much wisdom that we learned from you. I am certain that this is only the start of a long and fruitful friendship.
You are wise beyond your years, my young friend, and there is much that you and your people have already taught us. Promise that you will continue to share with us your gleanings from history, that we might put them to use ourselves in protecting and preserving our forest home.
It would be an honor.
All's well that ends well, yes? And now, I do believe the time has finally come that I stop tarrying and take to the road.
Are you going somewhere, my good Madam Fina?
I will depart on a journey that has been far too long in the making. I intend to travel beyond the Great Woods reaches in search of Ais who live scattered across the land, that they might join us here in Raktika to together preserve and pass down the wisdom of Ronka. Fanau has always been my home, and it will not be easy for me to leave it behind. And yet I will leave with the knowledge that the forest is in good hands. Promise me that you will not let Sayuna get into too much trouble, yes? I dare say you are the one who needs looking after, sister. Perhaps I should accompany you? Ha! Rest assured, I am more than capable of taking care of myself. Forgive me if I refrain from stepping in the midst of this sibling squabble. Go in safety, Fina, and know that the azure blooms will always guide you home. Thank you, Master Lanley. I will return. And with that, I had best be off, before I find another reason to delay my journey any longer. Young Shakurl, Shauna, promise me that you will be well. Fina. And you as well, Sayuna. No matter how far my journey may carry me, know that a part of me is always here with you. And I with you, sister.
Saying goodbye is not easy, is it? But it is time we return to the road again ourselves. We must pay our respects to Valen and Quinford, after all.
Very well. We will not keep you any longer. Do pass along our respects to our friends in Slitherbough. I was not certain what to think of that Quinford at first, but he has proved a loyal friend.
But of course. Should you ever have time, Do come visit Father and I. Nothing would make me happier than to be able to show you around Ostapel.
Okay, so I'll slow the bow then. Nope. Basically end up going the wrong place here because when I just look at the map, it's not that obvious that oh, it's not that one, it's that one he's going through.
In addition to the medicine, I offered an invocation to the Great Serpent in the name of each and every one of the afflicted. Judging from the spring in Valen's step, I dare say my prayers were heard. Master Valen. Are you certain you should be up and about like this? Have no worries, my little friend. I'm feeling like my old self again. I hear that all is well again in the Stoppel, too. That's truly a relief. I shudder to think of what would have happened to all of us here in the Great Wood if you hadn't made your discovery. Truly, we owe a debt of gratitude to your ancestors and their wisdom. And truly, we all owe a debt to the Great Serpent of Ronka, by whose divine auspices young Shakarl was led to the stela on which the cure was inscribed. Yes, praise be to the serpent. Praise be. Do you think you could keep your voice down a bit? Some of us are still recuperating from a life-threatening plague, you know. Speaking of which, Shakarl, whatever made you think that little fellow was the Great Serpent in the first place? When Quinfort first started rambling on to that end, I thought he'd finally lost the last of his wits. An excellent question, Valen, and one I have been giving some thought to myself. Father had always told me tales of how the Ronkans worshipped a great serpent as their guardian and protector, but there were no clear records of its physical appearance. On the night that darkness returned to the skies, the small creature we now know well arrived before us wearing that curious hat. Intrigued, I followed after it. It led me through the rabble, where I saw that the passage to our central homeland was at long last open once more. Jumping for joy, I picked the small creature up and ran home to share the news with Father. With a tear in his eye, he gazed at me deeply and spoke these words, "The Great Serpent itself has arrived to guide us home." In that moment, I knew it must be so. A moment of divine inspiration, no doubt, and not altogether unlike my own. Yes, this is most fascinating, indeed. In my own case, the Great Serpent has appeared before me in my visions for as long as I can remember. Time and again, it shared with me the words of wisdom that I have so dutifully recorded as the Gospel of Quinfort. One day, it called out to me with a terrifying scream, warning of a great calamity that was to befall the Great Wood if I did not rise to action. It was shortly after that we came upon that tiny creature in the forest, and I recognized it immediately as the incarnation of our divine protector. It is clear now that all was leading up to this day. Its first appearance in my visions, our meeting, all has been part of the Great Serpent's grand design to restore peace, harmony, and prosperity to the forest. Truly, we would never have been able to rediscover our history, nor overcome the spread of the plague were it not for the serpent's guidance and wisdom. Clearly, your forefathers revered the Great Serpent, as well. Why else would they have engraved it atop the final stela, buried deepest and furthest from the Sin Eater's reach? Now, this immaculately preserved stela stands before us as incontrovertible proof that this tiny creature is indeed that which we all instinctively perceived it to be, the manifestation of Ronka's divine protector who hath come once more in our time of need to guide our peoples through trying times and into a new generation of peace and prosperity. Scree. Last time, after its work was done, the Great Serpent left us, going off to some place where only gods dare to tread. Actually, it's just been following Shauna about on her adventures, you know. What nonsense is this, Valen? Clearly, the Great Serpent has been watching over us all this time. In any event, it is clear that we owe the Serpent a debt of gratitude. It would be remiss for us not to make a pilgrimage to a site where we might properly pay obeisance. I would like nothing more than to pay Sebance, Master Quinfort, but there is no telling where the Serpent has gone. Where might we go that it might hear our words? Fear not, my young Kittery friend, for I know just the place. The ancestral slumbering place of the Great Serpent, the mighty crystal that has appeared before me time and again in my visions. I speak of none other than Fruit of the Protector, cradled amidst the waters of Lake Tasi Mekta. Valen and I make the trek there nigh every day to express our gratitude to the Great Serpent for deigning to share its divine guidance with us. Don't look at me like that, Shauna. I didn't go every time, and when I did it was just to keep Quinfort here out of trouble. And just how should we go about expressing our gratitude to the Great Serpent? An astute question, my young friend. If you wish, I would be happy to share with you some choice passages from the Gospel of Quinfort that would be most suitable for the occasion. For example, there is chapter 15, verse 5, which begins as follows, "Oh, hearken unto the heavenly scree." Never mind Quinfort's ramblings. I'm sure the Serpent would appreciate it all the more if you thanked it in your own words. And so would the rest of us, trust me. Thank you, Valen. I believe I will do just that.
Okay. Got someone in the shout chat just wrote Lahi apparently like is that 6 minutes ago? Something like that. So back when we found the Great Serpent originally, I believe.
Well, here I am. But, what words can truly convey my feelings to the Great Serpent?
Oh, hearken unto the heavenly scree. Just say, thank you. Let's go with that one.
Perhaps I should just keep it simple. Yes. Oh, Great Serpent. Thank you ever so much for watching over us. You have my most sincerest gratitude. It was by your guidance that my people have reclaimed our history, and that I have made so many new friends and allies. I promise that we will never forget you, and to pass down tales of you for generations and generations to come.
It's going to glow or something. Oh?
What's happening?
Yeah, I'm wondering that as well.
Do you think the Serpent heard my words? Scree. Scree. When the crystal glimmered and glowed, it almost felt like it was speaking to me. Do you believe this means the Serpent heard my words? At the very least, I take heart in knowing that I have conveyed my thanks to the serpent, and to all of our new friends throughout the forest. And with this, I can return to Father and the Stoppel with my head held high.
I get the feeling that maybe Twitch is being a bit dumb today, because it has now apparently had to re-establish connection to the chat, like my OBS doc. It's basically done that like twice now since I basically restarted the chat thing. So either my PC is messing up with the internet, then I feel like I would have seen something in the there's like drop frames or something like that, but I haven't seen anything. Or it's Twitch, and I don't know which one it is.
I cannot thank you enough for accompanying my son throughout the forest. To the end, you have gone above and beyond on our behalf. It is a debt of gratitude the Kittery will not soon forget. In reclaiming our heritage and history, we have also rekindled time-honored bonds of friendship with our fellow residents of Raktika. The Knights Blessed, the Aes, the Great Serpent, and not the least of all, Shauna, ally of Ronka, all have played a part in events that will be etched in the annals of history. Yes, the stewards shall see to it that these events are handed down to our children, and our children's children, and so on until long after we ourselves are gone. You have our word. In the meantime, we shall continue our excavation of the tunnels beneath the Stoppel. I have even considered commissioning the creation of a new stela, on which all we have gleaned in recent days may be recorded for posterity. Father and I might not have seen eye to eye in our treatations of history, but I can assure you that we are of a like mind regarding the future we would forge for our people. Oh, how you have grown, Shakurl. It nigh brings a tear to my eye. Thank you for everything, Shauna. I know that there are many places you must journey, but know that you will always have a home here in the Stoppel. Is that not so, O Great Serpent?
Okay, so what do we unlock in terms of things from the shop, if there is anything?
You have achieved blood. You will receive an experience.
Is there anything available? Let's see, the Stoppel. Okay, so it's basically just the Great Serpent of Bronga, but with a hat. It as a minion. Nice. Okay, so next up is a little more, because I think it was yesterday. I basically ended up making all of the things for the custom deliveries. I just made that and yeah, prepared it. Because I'm thinking might as well just do both the custom deliveries we can do for this week. We're just going to check here first. I need to spend some character scripts. I forgot about that. I also learned something yesterday that I did not know, and that is this gear, the I don't know how to pronounce that, of crafting, is actually better than the poetic stuff. But only if you basically meld it, the best material possible, and overmeld it, because otherwise it's not as good. The reason why I found out about that is because if you were to go to these with the like poetics, or not poetics, or I guess basically just the script gear, you get the little item level 500 stuff. You have all of that, you don't have enough stats. As you can see here, I am missing 14 craftsmanship and I can't exactly calculate that in my head, but like around that, like 83, I think it might be. I think it might be 83 control that I need before I would be able to start crafting the expert recipes. So, and apparently the only way of getting up there is through these things. Is just make this entire set, and yeah. However, I'm not really gonna focus on these things yet. I do have some materials for it, but I'm gonna ignore it for now, since I'm just gonna wait until I get the level 90 years, because that's gonna mean that I don't need to start melting it in order to make these things. Plus, I'll probably also be able to craft these a lot better than I can right now, since my stat would just be higher. Also, my chat just reconnected again, and the thing is annoying. Trying to sort of figure out what might be valuable. Get selling some tricolor carbs right now. Nice. You know what? Let's go with this, perhaps. Maybe making it so that I spend. Go with that amount. I might have to spend some more though once we get to the other guy, Chanamel. I'm forgetting what is that other guy called? Element. That's what his name was.
I don't hardly know anything about airships, but you've been on a few, right? Hopefully that'll make your job a bit easier.
Okay, so we've got some airship fittings. They create an airship to the exact standard, or to the exacting standards of Yulmore High Society. Only the finest of handcrafted ornamentation, using the most opulent of materials will suffice, provided that no one looks too closely. Contents of this crate should pass muster.
While I managed to get a lot of the basic materials from Venmont Yards, you're the only one I know who can put together the trickier things on Colden's list. I won't pretend I know much about airships, but I do know quality when I see it. That looks pretty damn good to me.
And 87. Nice. And I would basically go with the crafter scripts. Damn it. So I'll go and buy some more of those tenderloins. You know what, might as well just buy a good amount of them, because apparently I can... If I don't do that, I'll just run out. Or to get maxed out again. So let's go with... I don't know. Let's go with 85 and then perhaps... let's go with... So now I have 160 and I have 800 of those. Hopefully that'll be enough. So I don't have to try and buy more stuff when we get to Trellement.
That ought to do it. I'll get this lot off to the soldiers and shipwrights working on the fleet. I'll bet they'll be chuffed to bits when they see what you've come up with. We finally managed to get Colden everything he asked for. Since our part of the bargain is taken care of, all we have to do now is wait and see how things turn out. I almost forgot to mention that Master Chai wanted to see us. We've been asked to meet him by the Xylem lift. I reckon we've got some good news coming our way, so let's take Anfrig and Zia along to hear it.
Okay.
Thank you for coming on such short notice. What an honor it is to be joined by not only the Queen Bee himself, but the enchanting Mistress Mauen.
And Switch chat is trying to reconnect again. God, that shit is just not working today.
We were enjoying one of our promenades when we chanced upon Master Chai, who graciously invited us to accompany him. I'm lucky I ran into you, as I'd neglected to invite you from the outset. After all, with the fortunes of your respective businesses being so closely tied to those of Yulmari, this affects you more than most. Kai Shur, your efforts have finally borne fruit. In other words, we can now commence airship flights to and from the Crystarium. Our newly repurposed fleet stands at the ready. As a matter of fact, preparations are now underway for our very first voyage. We did it. Now the beehive will be absolutely swarming with visitors. Especially once we put the next part of the plan into action.
You mean there's more?
Course there is. We're not gonna wait for them to arrive to tell them about the beehive. I'm looking into advertising in the Crystarium. Once they hear about the high-class entertainment and affordable food and drink we have on offer, they'll be racing to get on those airships. Hold on, I've got another idea. If we give them a little souvenir on the way out, they're bound to come back for more. And when they get back to the Crystarium, they can show their friends and tell them about all the fun they had at the beehive. That'll bring in even more customers.
Yeah, good idea.
My word, that's brilliant.
My sentiments exactly. Hiring him on the spot was something of a gamble, but my faith has been repaid manifold. Let's not count our Amaro just yet. There's still a lot to do before any guests arrive.
Until then, we dancers LL be working on some brand new routines. We'll show them such a good time they'll never want to leave.
I never imagined that entertainment would be the key to turning around our fortunes, but here we are. I see great things ahead for you, Kaishur. Though it is often said, the proof is in the pudding, I have every confidence you will see this through to its natural, and successful, conclusion.
Okay. This here's maxed out.
Kaishur could not be happier with your efforts. He now considers you a savior of the beehive. Through your efforts, the beehive has become one of the primary reasons to visit Yulmari. It seems, however, that Kaishur has a different sort of favor to ask of you. Blimey, did you hear what Master Chai was saying? I gotta tell you, it feels good having a man like him singing your praises. By the sounds of it, you're no stranger to that yourself. He's got every reason to be optimistic, though. Everything's coming together nicely, and it's all thanks to you. Course, we're not quite there yet, and we can't afford to get complacent. But if the plan with the souvenirs pays off, everyone in the Crystarium'll be wanting to hop on an airship and sample the delights of the beehive. To be honest, I ain't got a clue what would make a decent souvenir. If you bring me whatever you think'll work, we'll take it from there. Oh, and before you go charging off, there's one other thing I wanted to ask. The queen bee is always going on about clothes make the man or something. The ones they gave me to wear when I joined make me presentable enough, but I want to look less like hired help and more like I belong here. Don't worry, there's no need to donate half your wardrobe to me or nothing. I heard about those glamour prism thingies. They'll work just as well as shelling out on a new outfit. Mind you, I spent most of my life dressed in bits of old sack, so I wouldn't know where to start. Could you maybe pick something out for me? I hate to be a pain, but you've obviously got much better dress sense than me.
Okay, so we now can also dress up this year.
Future requests will be selected at random. You may review the items. Note that beehive. Furthermore, Kaishur's appearance may. A new quest is available from Anfrig in the beehive. Completion of this quest will allow airship travel between Yulmari and the Crystarium.
Oh. Ah. And this is most likely just the...
You've really come through for... If all goes well...
It's most likely just what I think it is. Yep, it's just the, hey, you delivered all the things for the... all the things for the week. Yep, okay. You. Ship on his shoulder. So might as well do that.
I'm glad you saved me the trouble of tracking you down. There's a bit of news I've been asked to share with you. One of the refitted airships is about to embark on the very first commercial flight to the Crystarium, and you've been invited to join them as a passenger of honor. Considering everything you contributed to the cause, it's only fitting. When you're ready to board, speak with Learbird, that gaudily dressed twit over by the xylem lift. Be warned, though, he usually has an expression so sour he could curdle milk at 20 paces.
Okay.
Here to board the airship, are you? Are you one of those sweat-stained soldiers? Or a shipbuilder with nothing better to do than spend all day hammering nails so fervently as to give the impression they have personally wronged you? Which is it? Why it was decided that you all be given lifetime passes for whatever shoddy work was performed is beyond me. Not that it is any concern of mine, of course. Riffraff is riffraff. I am duty-bound to inform you that all passengers are to be guided from here to the uppermost level of Yulmari where the airship landing is situated. Only those granted permission to board may pass beyond this point. Alas, the powers that be have neglected to provide me with a proper reception area, and I am relegated to standing upright for bells on end like some wretched footman. If you are quite done boring me, your airship awaits. Madam.
So we can now head to stereo, I guess. Nice. Okay, let's see here. Got some things there. Some coffee biscuits. Okay, so let's see. Next up, can also deliver some custom deliveries to our man in the firmament. So to the firmament, and then there's the something west. I'm forgetting exactly what's called again. Go to the northwest-ish area. Is what it's called when it's located. With the Western Risen Song. That's what it's called.
Greetings, Shauna. If you have the medical supplies we require, I should be glad to take them off your hands.
Okay, an infirmary without medical supplies is no infirmary at all.
From metal receptacles to cloth bandages, medical equipment must be made to exacting standards. Having come from your hands, I expect this will be more than satisfactory, but it would be remiss of me not to perform an inspection. If you'll excuse me. By the Fury, even to my layman's eyes, 'tis plain the quality is transcendent. I cannot show this to Melee soon enough.
And just giving these, I'll probably get a level after this one, maybe. Yep.
Thanks to you, we now have all the medical supplies we require at present. A moment while I summon Melee hither. So, taking Shauna's contributions into account, how long will the supplies last?
If we add that to what we already have, that should give us 3 weeks.
Correct yet again. Your numbers have improved in leaps and bounds.
That's thanks to your lessons. You make it easy and fun to learn. Oh, and I've learned how to dress a wound as well. Morilet taught me.
Melee is truly a fast learner. It doubtless stems from her fervent desire to help others. While I do not want for the self-same desire, the old hound that I am, 'tis all I can do to keep up.
So, what do they have to deliver next? Or rather, what do I have to deliver next, I wonder?
Charlemagne is delighted with your efforts. He now considers you an aide's avid assistant. And yet there is still much work to be done if he is to atone for past negligence and provide a shining example for the future of Ishgard. To that end, Charlemagne has a new favor to ask of you.
I took the liberty of inspecting our inventory, and I'm pleased to say that all is in good order. The two of you are doing a fine job of managing the medical supplies. Hehe, that's because Charlemagne's been teaching me my numbers. I certainly see you teaching melee often of late. A more zealous tutor one would be hard-pressed to find.
Yes, well, one might say 'tis a force of habit. I have a nephew, you see, a boy of an age with melee, and I dare say I see him in her. With my brother passed and firstborn lost, I took him under my wing as my successor, teaching him such knowledge as he needs to one day lead our knights in battle against the dragons. Yet now that the Dragon Song War has ended, we must dedicate ourselves not to the taking of life, but the bettering of it. However, not all of our countrymen have embraced change. And as a father figure to my nephew, I felt that I must needs practice that which I preach. Leading by example, I wished to give him a glimpse of a new Ishgard, one where there is no highborn and lowborn, just fellow Ishgardians striving together for a better tomorrow. By that, I must confess that I do not have only the interests of the patients in mind. 'Twas wrong of me not to disclose this fact from the first, and I beg your forgiveness.
No apologies are necessary, Charlemagne. Whatever your reasons, you've been naught but an asset to the infirmary. You and Melee both. Thus do I have a mind to entrust the two of you with even more responsibilities. Many of our patients have debilitating injuries, and are in need of rehabilitation. I want you to assist them in their efforts. This is an important task, one that requires you to work closely with the patients. Now, rehabilitation demands a variety of sophisticated equipment, such that can only be provided by skilled artisans. To wit, Shauna, we must turn to you once more.
Okay.
The custom deliveries list for Charlemagne.
Yeah, that's updated, and the usual dialogue.
Thanks so much for always helping us, Shauna.
With your kind assistance, we are being entrusted with tasks of ever greater import. We hope we can continue to depend on you.
Is it might change? I don't remember that being the dialogue we got last time.
You have delivered the weekly maxim.
Okay, so
Good evening to
is it we need to
you have reached.
Oh yeah, I can't see it. Oh yeah, I can actually see it. Rehabilitation aids and no few patients of Sir Vandros Gray suffer from debilitating injuries, and rehabilitation aids are needed to help them recover and regain independence. So crutches and wheelchairs, it seems. Okay. That was all of the sort of main things that I had sort of planned. What I call them main things. Okay, let me try and think here. I think we will do this. I basically have some things that I want to quickly turn into main company seals, and I also want to quickly visit a inn, because there are some cutscenes that I want to quickly take a look at before we do a quest. Because I have basically been doing a bit of Heaven on High, and through that I basically got a few cutscenes, and I basically want to do the quest that we now have access to, because I basically ended up beating floor 21 to 30, and yeah, need to do a quest in order to basically be able to get further, and I also need to do the quest in order to actually unlock some more content. You want to call that? Here, find out those. Okay. So... Oh, nice, we actually just managed to not hit the cap. Just need to figure out what to spend that on, though. So let's see here.
What can we...
I also need to figure out where do I find those things. Is it under duty? I think it's these. Okay, so I don't remember how many of these we've seen, so I guess we can just start with the first one. Okay, scene number 2. I think it might be cutscene 3 and 4 that we haven't seen. They kind of skipped through some of them while I played through this.
So, the first 10 floors posed little obstacle to our intrepid friend. Or should I say, the warrior of light. After all, this is what Eorzeans call such a hero, is that not so? A title befitting the one who triumphed over the Black Wolf of Garlemald. I had no idea Western affairs were within your purview. Just how far does your reach extend? You've too many secrets for my liking, but very well. Have it your way. And have it my way I shall. For this is merely the beginning.
So we got that aura guy who is a little bit mysterious. Let's see. 3.
The challenger has conquered the 20th floor, and it is only a matter of time before she arrives to confront you. May I suggest that? Yes,
This is a new
quite.
one.
In that case, I shall leave you to attend to your duties, as I return to mine. Fare thee well.
This one I know we have not seen on stream, because that's... I remember this one specifically because that's after floor 20, which I haven't done on stream. I've only done that off stream. I think yesterday actually, that's what I did. I believe this one is the cutscene that shows the boss of floor 30. Maybe. Yep, it is. That was the thing we had to fight on floor 30. We got the last cutscene, which I don't believe I've watched, or maybe I have. It might just be the victory cutscene. Beautiful slain. Yep, that's all of them. Okay. Well, time for us to head to Onokoro. And do a quick, at least I think it's maybe quick quest. Basically I need to do a quest from the guy that allows us to enter Heaven on High in order to basically get any further. Shoulders of Giants?
Ah, Shauna. Full glad am I to see you return safe and well. As for your report on creature activity inside the tower, we shan't be needing it. That you reached the 30th floor and vanquished the one known as Hiriko are all the results we require. Yes, that talk of investigations was something of a false pretext. Perhaps the time has come to share the truth. If you wait for me at the rocky outcrop south of Quickscape Pier, I shall explain all.
Okay. It's under the assumption that they were trying to, I don't know, get information, I guess, from there.
There you are, Shauna. Now that you have triumphed over Hiriko, we can finally end this charade. For my part, you have my deepest apologies. Nay, there is no need for that. Rasho was only acting in accordance with my instructions that my fabrications might secure your cooperation. Know that I have only been masquerading as a Confederate. In truth, I am a member of the Anish issue. Ours is a sacred brotherhood which has endured for millennia. That we may safeguard our knowledge, we side with no nation and strive to remain neutral in political affairs. Accordingly, we are wary of placing our trust in those with whom we have yet to establish rapport. In that respect, the Anish issue have something in common with the Confederacy. You have the right of it there, Rasho. Though I must say, you are not likely to find Anish issue members demanding tribute from seafarers or crossing swords with Imperials. In all fairness, I should like to think we all serve the realm in our own way. For our part, my organization seeks the lost knowledge of the Allegans, that it may benefit the peoples of the modern world. The creation and maintenance of Ethernets is one such example. Though my duties are many and varied, keeping watch over Heaven on High is among the most important. Very few people know this, but this tower was built as a training ground thousands of years ago by the founding members of the Anish issue. They foresaw that a great calamity would befall the star and in preparation sought to instruct warriors in warcraft. To keep the island free of intruders, tales of holiness and sacred that were spread throughout the Ruby Sea. Only the truly fearless would dare approach. The founder of the Confederacy was one such brave soul. He reached the 30th floor of Heaven on High and triumphed over its guardian, but found that he could go no farther. Abandoning his conquest of the tower, he decided to become a protector of the Ruby Sea. Every Confederate leader since has used the 30th floor as the yalmstick by which we measure ourselves. And, like him, we aid the Anish issue in their search for would-be heroes. The higher UPS of your organization have always been our staunchest supporters, allowing us to go about our work while we ostensibly serve as members of your crew. Imagine our delight when you suggested the Warrior of Light herself as a candidate to challenge the tower. Yes, like Rasho and the pirate captains before him, you bested Hiriko. He looked into your soul and found you worthy. Were you found wanting, well, I am sure you can guess the fate of those who do not pass muster. Yet his is a tragic tale. For one of our revered predecessors made the ultimate sacrifice so that Hiriko may be given life. But rather than listen to my account, perhaps you had best see for yourself. Please, make your way to the 10,000-year pine. Though it may appear to be much like any other pine tree, it is far from ordinary. It stands to the northwest of the tower.
Okay. Already been up there before though. But nothing of interest was there. But it's probably in case you don't have flying. You can use that thing down there to get up here. 10,000 year pine. What the fuck?
Auxiliary protocol system activated. Verifying access permission. Security clearance for floor 31 confirmed. Initiating archive footage projection.
It's actually a terminal.
Hiriko's incubation period is almost over. All that remains is to add the final ingredient. But Master, must you go through with this?
I have lived more than long enough. Perhaps this way, I can finally make myself useful.
How can you say that? The Onishisha gave all of us a purpose. We would be nothing without you.
Oh. Did I bless you all with your intellectual curiosity? Your drive and ambition? Come. I but brought you together. A minor achievement compared to those of my dearly departed friends. They gave their lives that the world might be spared Aleg's fate. Though my sacrifice pales in comparison, I should be glad to be of service. Save your words, I will not be swayed.
You never were one to change your mind. Then I can do naught but pray you find some measure of peace beyond this life.
Our fleeting existences may seem inconsequential in the grand scheme of things, but with them we lay the foundations upon which those who come after may build something greater.
I will forever treasure your words, Master.
You are the master now. Take care of our brothers and sisters.
Until we meet again. Until our souls are reunited.
A lovely thought, to see all who I hold dear once more. Those I leave behind, and those who have left me behind. Princess Selena, Desh. If you are watching over me, know this, the Onishisha will continue your legacy. As for me, I have my own duties to perform. I hope I will not keep you waiting for too long. Terminating archive footage projection. Auxiliary protocol system returning to standby mode.
That was an elegant terminal hidden inside a tree, I guess? Or maybe the tree just straight up is the terminal. Honestly, wouldn't be surprised if Elegant somehow made a terminal that looks like a tree in order to hide it or something.
So, what did you think? The millennia that have passed since the recording have not aged our founder one bit. Ah, the wonders of ancient technology. A pity it is only a projection, though. Hiriko is also looking rather well for his age. Of course, that can be attributed to the automated systems that revive him after every defeat. Provided that the machinery is carefully maintained, Hiriko should continue to function as judge, and in most cases, executioner, of those who would climb the tower. That is, until the trials of heaven on high are no longer necessary. Which reminds me, as you will have no doubt noticed, the tower has more than the 30 floors you have visited. Many more, in fact. Of course, even as things stand, you will be forever counted among the finest warriors the world has ever known. None would think any less of you were that to be your final foray into heaven on high. And yet, I sense a yearning within you, for ever greater challenges, ever stronger opponents. Such a desire is not a thing to be feared, it is to be embraced. Yes, the tower calls to you, my friend. I and my Onishisha brethren shall be waiting for you. Until next time. You can now explore beyond floor 30 of Heaven on High. To enter floor 31 and upwards, speak with Kyosei. Empyrean Ether Pool gear strength can be consumed to obtain Empyrean Ether Pool grips from the Confederate Custodian. Empyrean Ether Pool grips can then be exchanged with the Confederate Custodian for weapons that can be used outside of Heaven on High.
Okay. And that has now also done something which is going to be what the rest of the stream is mainly just going to focus on. Go up here. This guy will now play Triple Triad. And that's because we did that quest. I'm basically going to be going around and trying to unlock NPCs that I can't play Triple Triad against, because I have been basically working towards that a bit here recently. Like the last week and a half, 2 weeks-ish, I've basically just been trying to get Triple Triad cards. Some of which were a fucking pain in the ass. I'm looking at this fucking card, this one was a pain in the ass. Seriously, I will say this really quickly. Let me just quickly pop over here. Fuck Hob, who is down here. He's a fucking piece of shit. I hate playing against him. Fuck him. Basically, he was some of these characters that you can play Triple Triad against, or rather some of these cards, are exclusive to certain methods. Some of them you can only get from certain specific characters by playing against them. And some of them have a fucking low chance of dropping when you win. And then it becomes even more annoying when some of those characters you can play against, or actually it's not Hob, it's Hab apparently. It's displayed down here. Some of them can be a fucking pain in the ass to play against, depending on their rule set. Which is why I'm probably not gonna do any of the actual Triple Triad matches on stream, because my god do I get annoyed at some of them. But yeah, I've basically been going around just trying to complete or fight against several of them. I can probably pull up. Where's that stuff again? Is it item? Oh, character? Ah, yeah. Saucer, let's see here. I believe I need to... Basically, I'm kind of trying to basically get this achievement. The card in the hand. Which gives Jack of all cards. I need to get card 300 from card 1 to 312. That's a lot of cards, because I basically need to get all of the obtained unique cards, because I need to get 312 after all. You know, to get some of these cards. I believe I needed to... I need to defeat 92 unique NPCs. There are some of them that don't count, but that's mostly the ones in the gold saucer in order to get some more cards. I don't know if I need to do this one. I don't remember where Van is, but I don't think that card is in the ones that count. I don't think this one does either. I do need to get rank 1 in an open tournament in order to get the Phoenix card. I don't know when those tournaments happen. And were there any other... Nope. The rest basically just need to get from doing content, which there is a lot. And I just quickly popped over on my Twitter because that was already open, and I can see what I do believe is 2 bot accounts that have followed me because they're like, hey, graphic designer things. So let me just quickly do the... I'm already pretty damn sure that is like bot accounts due to the tweets. Because it's basically the usual tweets of like, hey, here's like a shit ton of ads or and hashtags in things where it's just like, hey, do you need a person who does this? Like, nah, don't trust that you're actually one. If you are, you're not one of the graphic people that I would ever use. So, log you. And what about you? That kind of seems to be the same thing. Just like a little bit of text, like DM me for your and exciting Twitch stuff is basically the message. Heart eyes emoji and heart emoji, and then just a fuck ton of hashtags, and that's the exact same thing in all of them. And the art styles don't really match in all of the images, so yeah, doubt that you're a pro one either. So let's block you as well. There we go. And Twitch is still being a piece of shit and doesn't... Like, I've now had, what? 9 times that my Twitch chat dog has basically been reconnecting. That's great. Okay, so let's see here. I need to open up the arr.com page, figure out what NPCs I have not unlocked yet, because some of them you can't play against unless you do specific quests, which is a bit of a pain. Okay, so let's see here. This guy, I apparently have all the cards, but I haven't beaten him, but I don't need to do any quests. Let's see. Kijiroju, we do have, or I do have to, like, do some quests in order to unlock him, but I have all of his cards. You, I need to basically do some quest for as well. You... What quest is this? Okay. Also a quest I need to do. You, I also remember you have a quest. And I believe you have a somewhat long quest line, perhaps, or maybe it wasn't. Jesus Christ, that's a fucking lot of quests. Yeah, that that guy is gonna wait. That's Dominic in the Gotha's Western Highlands. I haven't played against him, but my god, does he have a lot of quests. It's like, I think over 10 quests he needs to do in order to unlock his, unlock playing against him. Okay, let's see here. Then there is the Voracious Path, who is quest called the Yellow Stones need to do. Let's see here. That's only 2 quests I need to do. That one's relatively easy then. Let's see. Then there is you. We need to do a quest called Caught in the Act for. That's Lazy. Okay, that's how you pronounce it. Who's in the pillars? Let's see. That's a relatively short quest. Those two, so probably do those. Let's see. There's Taplix. Ooh, I think that was a relatively short one he has as well. Maybe I can already play Taplix. Yeah, I should be able to. Huh. That person, I think you can already against, or maybe not. Ah, yes, that person. That's the person who you need to basically have done the Crystal Tower raids in order to complete or play against, and also another quest that they have. You know what? These people that I've currently pulled up, I can at least start with. So let us go. So let's actually switch over to a different class. I can get some more XP at least. And let us, I guess, start with Zero. I believe has 3 quests. Also, my chat is still being a piece of shit and keeps reloading. I don't know why that is happening. I don't have a VPN open, which was what caused the problems like previously. I don't know what the fuck is happening. Alright, so how's the beach party?
Oh, where are they? Has something less than delightful and more than awful, befallen the new dancing girls who were to arrive today? This is most inconvenient. I do so ever wish that someone would find the driver who was to bring my divine danseuses. That someone would be healthily rewarded for it, I shouldn't doubt. Ahem.
Oh, we can actually play against them now, but might as well complete the quests, cause yeah, if I abandon the quest, I'm not going to be able to play against them.
The GUV nor sent yet, did he? I was afraid he wasn't going to wait no more. Don't be giving me the sack, now. Tain't my fault, I swear. I brought the girls juice like I was supposed to. And we got as far as here afore they caught sight o' the ocean. And that's the moment they start crying like co-earls and hopping like spriggans. Soon as I stopped the wagon, they were off and running to the beach. Now, I yelled at them ladies to get back in the carriage so we could get where we were supposed to, but they didn't pay me no never mind. You'd go talk some sense to them, wouldn't ya? Workin' stiffs, the both of us, you understand. Y'all help me out?
Okay, so find the dancing girls.
Excuse me,
Lady
who
dancer.
are you? Not the boss of me, that's right. This is my first time on the beach, and nobody's going to tell me how long I can and can't have, got it?
Lady dancer, a burly, a hardy, and an ungainly dancer, I guess.
I just feel so blessed to be here. This is so beautiful and inspiring, don't you think? I'm feeling so many things, I just need to drink it all in and channel it into my art. Oh, honey, I've never seen anything like this. It's all dunes where I come from, you know. I'm sure Master Gaijiraja wouldn't mind a bit if we stretched our legs before coming to see him.
Okay.
Shells rewrite fancy and pricey back home. Betcha gil to good poop that I can sell a beauty like this to Master Gaijiraju. Need to find a way to get it to him, though. You go wait while I find me a wagon or some such.
Okay. Speaking with Master Gaijiraju again.
Overcome by the ocean, are they? Seduced by the sand? With me waiting? Me, who paid so dearly to see their unparalleled undulations, well, how delightful. They are true artistes, as beautiful inside as they are out. Gridania is green, Ulda is golden, but only Costa del Sol is blue and white. Yes, I should have thought of it earlier and given them leave to play upon the beach. Ah, happy it is to be a wealthy man. I shall wait because, well, because I can. I am no drudge quaking at the sound of a master's step. Nor am I a knuckle-biter who needs a bottle of brandy wine to keep the tremors at bay. I shall enjoy the anticipation and the fulfillment alike.
Okay, when it passes.
Excellent timing, come, come. Such a still, wilting day and I had a thought, a little thought, a violet not a rose, to call up a refreshing breeze. The wind sprites now, you can get a healthy puff or two out of them. It follows that a powerful sprite can set a whole city aflutter. According to my best calculations, or rather my second best calculations, no need to ask how or why, collecting 3 cores from wind sprites should permit you to summon a more powerful specimen. Won't someone, present company definitely included, carry out my genius plan? Will someone deign to collect this handsome reward?
Okay, collect twin cores from wind sprites. Okay, that should do. Place the cores up here. The wind generated by these lighter than air cores is the bane of skirted women and bekilded men across the realm. Okay.
The storm sprite attacked you. So only you enjoyed a refreshing buffeting? I had but a whimpering whiffle. Oh, phooey, now I shall be bored again. You see all those wild colibri? Not one of them was originally here, though the alchemical question of where here is, that's something we can munch many almonds over. 'Twas I that bred, fed, and released the birds. So of course, they are still mine. Or, if they belong to themselves, certainly no one else owns them. At least not more than I own them. Where was I? Oh yes, my colibri are being poached. The miscreants hang just outside the boundary of Costa del Sol, sly, and entice the colibri with feed. They should not be doing such a thing, such an ungentlemanly thing. Won't you parley with them? And if you can't talk sense to them, we'll just have to lure the birds back using these flowers. My colibri love roselle nectar, I happen to know. Why? Because I bred them and fed them.
Okay. Speak with the pitless poacher. Or pitiless poacher, I guess.
Back off, this is Bloodshore. We're not in Costa del Sol, and that means we don't have to live by your master's say-so. Yeah, Bloodshore's not a part of his little fiefdom. We're free folk here, not bought and paid for like the lot in Costa.
Okay. So, Scan Roselle. Due to the tendency of the flower to grow randomly from its long stalks, the cell makes a terrible bouquet. Okay. Let's be with the poacher again.
Damn that gay Jirajug. He thinks he can buy everything. We built Costa del Sol by the sweat of our brows, did he tell you that? I know every cobble of the streets, laid bout half of them myself. It was a pioneer town, a good town. Then that moneybag swooped in and took it all. Stay as a lackey or leave as a free man, those were the pickings. Then he took the beach, no more fishing without his say-so. And now he takes the colibri.
This should be the last quest of his.
Ha, that settles their hash. And now, they have yet another bone to pick with me. The 12 know I have many a skeleton in my closet, don't read too much into that, dear, but those settlers have quite the ossuary. Costa del Sol was Admiral Merlewibe's hobby horse. She had an idea to settle this area and so brought a number of folk on indenture. The terms were very generous. Hardly anyone died, a credit to her leadership. Yes, very creditable. But she had no head for business, kept trying to farm this salty land. I stepped in and saved her from ruin. You see Costa del Sol now, a jewel of commerce and culture, but I assure you it was not thus when I purchased it. Many of the settlers have stayed and prospered. Why, a good third of my household was once raw pioneer. But, some people are like figs, they want to stay the same. Tiresome, I say. They've no one to blame but themselves.
My monitor just keeps cutting out for some reason. Alright, there we go. Tiraju has now been fully unlocked. Let's see, who else should I go for? I guess we can go to Mordota? Perhaps? That's under other Mordona. I should really think about maybe getting a new monitor, because my god is my PC being weird right now, or rather one of my monitors is being weird because it just keeps like cutting out. It has been doing that several times before, but it's just a little bit annoying sometimes. Okay, so we need to do Moon, Silver, and me. And that should unlock the guy down here. Should probably note that some of these people that we can play Turtle Triad against, you can actually just play against them without even doing their quest. Because some of them you can just accept the quest and you can play against them immediately. And some of them you can't. I think it kind of depends on if you need to turn in the quest at them again. I think that might be the case or something, I don't know.
You are Shauna? I am called Kleinloda. Is it true that adventurers are bound to secrecy whenever they undertake a commission? Excellent. You see, I am here for a reason of my own, the Lesser Moon, Dalamud.
I know for a fact that this person here, we can't play against her just by accepting her quest, because I've done that with some of them. But yeah, can't. And the ones that I did accept the quest for and were able to play them in Triple Triad and win, I just abandoned the quest afterwards because, yeah, don't want to do these unless it's on stream, because some of them apparently have some sort of, I don't know, storylines, a little bit of backstory, stuff like that.
The others may burrow ever deeper in the ground, but I look to the sky. 5 years ago, Dalamud flushed like the face of an old king most wroth before its swelling bulk fell to earth. I am consumed by the desire to know more. One of the fragments of the baleful satellite landed in the Singing Shards, and there I took myself and have been excavating ever since, until an elder Happolyte came and seized the precious artifact. Shauna, I must have it back. It means everything. You must slay this hated Happolyte and return the fragment to me. I know its weakness well enough from that most dismal encounter. Here is a pepper bomb to use on the fell creature. It was only by flinging a basket of the same peppers in its face that I escaped with my life.
Okay. The specific location, and use the pepper bomb on the elder Happolyte. Okay. Linen pouch stuffed with hot pepper powder, which can blind a man for several bells. Thrown in his eyes. Always wash hands after handling. I'm just gonna ignore that thing because, I can kill it well enough without it. Just be nice if the monitor would stop cutting out.
Shauna. Did you retrieve it? Have you the fragment?
Small piece of black metal that may be from the outer shelling or shielding of the now fallen satellite Dalamud.
Ah, my precious specimen. There is much to learn, but see you this earth-shaking discovery of mine. The fragment is made of no material known to Eorzea, save for that which has been unearthed in those Allagan ruins. What if Dalamud was a thing man-made, created by the sons and daughters of Alig, then cast into the sky? This is a powerful piece of evidence I hold again in my hand. First the Crystal Tower, now Dalamud. That a civilization could exist capable of such creations makes my calculations shiver and all jadedness shrivel. Ah, it is a good time to be alive, Shauna. Thank you for all you have done.
Okay. She's available. Let's see here. We got, I believe, 2 people in Ishgard. I believe it's just 2 people. Let me actually quickly check here. We got 2 people in the pillars. One of them I've already beaten. And then we got 1 person in Foundation who I have not beaten yet. Okay. So if I'm not mistaken, the person in Foundation should be the innkeeper over here. At least the guy that I need to play against. Let me actually check here. Better half. How long is that quest exactly? Let's see. Wait, that's an MSQ. I guess I can quickly do this one, because I guess doing this one was just gonna allow me to play against him, but I think if I accept it, it's also just gonna allow me to play against him.
Hey, you there. Would you mind taking this bottle of mulled wine to the gentleman downstairs? He's a regular around here, and a rather affable one at that, but for a recent lack of employment, he's been looking to get deep in the cups. Thought I'd treat him to a mug of this today and keep a bit of weight in his coin purse. A small gesture, I know, but he'll appreciate it. And between you and me, I think he could use a sympathetic ear right about now. How did this happen? I feel as if I'm trapped within some waking nightmare.
Sour red, cooked with various spices and citrus rinds over a low flame so as to preserve the alcoholic content.
What? What's this? No doubt from Giberland, that admirable bastard. Just what I need to drown my troubles. I was a knight in the service of a proud noble family. That is, until my dear lady was accused of heresy. Everything changed after that. Their prestige, their pedigree, everything was stripped away, including me. They say drinking is merely a pause from thinking. Would that I could take from a bottomless mug. Nay, the only thing that stands to wash away is my dignity. Rather than play the drunken fool, I would like to make a gift of this to my lord. Surely this pain I bear is nothing next to his, completely unaware that his wife had committed such heinous crimes. He is a good man. He deserves better, but this is all I can offer him now. I am loath to impose upon your kindness further, but could you take this to him in my place? To let him see me in my current state would be disgraceful. I imagine he is still at the airship landing in the pillars.
Okay. And now he is available for triple triad. Should probably also quickly check this other lady. Where does her quest start? That is wrecked in Foundation, and that quest is called Cold Days, Colder Nights. That's down there.
Excuse me, miss, do you have any spare wood for a fire? A small bundle, or even a few twigs would do. Of course not. As if a bundle of sticks could warm the hands of so many. The dragons have left Foundation in shambles. Countless men and women are without shelter, the bitter chill of death breathing down their necks. I fear some may not even live through the night. I implore you, please speak with Vane Canet at the congregation. Tell him we must have firewood for the citizens here in the Broom.
Should probably also remember that that most of these quests take place like back in what 3.0, so before we've dealt with anything regarding the dragons.
Yes. Is there aught I can help you with?
Wood.
I see. I am hardly blind to the plight of my people, but firewood is something of a commodity these days. I cannot hand it out freely as I might otherwise. However, I may have a solution. During the most recent Dravanian assault, a number of buildings were destroyed. I thought it a grave misfortune, but there may yet be a silver lining. The timber we've collected from those buildings is unfit for reconstruction. You may take as much as you like to the Broom.
Okay. Scrap wood, splintered, knotted, cracked, worm-eaten, moldering. This wood is no longer suitable for aught but maintaining a fire.
Did Vane Canet consent to aid us? Was there any wood to spare? My word. This is... I know not what to say. How did he amass such quantities? No matter. Go and distribute this to the people down below. We must do what we can before this cold claims any more lives.
Okay, ration up the scrap wood to freezing vagrants.
I can bear this cold no longer. Perhaps I should. What? Firewood? Bless you, miss, bless you.
Okay.
Bah. What I wouldn't give for a bit of kindlin'. For me? Truly. So it's true what they say about a skin and receivin'. Thank you.
And there's the last person.
It's so cold. I cannot feel my hands anymore. Wood for a fire. Oh, thank you, miss, thank you.
Okay, search for others in need of scrap wood. Oh, it's actually down below. Okay, this person is named.
It's cold. So very cold. Firewood? Oh, Hallowed be praised. My, that's quite a load of timber there. Surely you don't mean to distribute that all by yourself? Why not let me handle that for you? It's the least I can do to repay your kindness. Leave it to me. I know these streets like the back of my hand. Folks'll be warming themselves all along these streets in no time flat. Thanks again, miss. Well, be seeing you.
And let's just back up to him and complete the quest.
You do our patron saints proud. Now then, let us take what remains somewhere safe. What? A young Elysian girl offered to ration out the rest for you. I am afraid to say you have been duped. She is a thief, and rather well known here in the Broom. She bears no ill intentions, but this is a fair deal more serious than her usual antics. These are hard times, and I understand how destitution drives one to desperation. But we cannot afford to tolerate her selfish actions. Not now. I pray no one shall want for warmth tonight, but we must recover the firewood, and soon.
Okay, and the next quest is gotten from where? It's gotten from her. Okay. It's gotten from the person that actually that you played from trial against. Who's up in the pillars. Let's go and see her and also deliver the old wine. Let's see here. So we can go and deliver the molded wine first.
Yes. Can I help you with something? After all that has happened, he still thinks to put me first. Would that I could do more for him, but alas, I have lost nearly everything. My title, my land, my wife. She was accused of heresy, and I did all within my power to advocate her innocence. But in the end there was naught I could do to forestall the hand of judgment. I was a man of great station, and yet I had never felt so low, so helpless. But the Fury has spoken, and to refuse her is perhaps a greater crime than those thrust upon my beloved wife. Now, if you will excuse me, it is nearly time to, Where did he run off to? I'm terribly sorry to trouble you, but would you help me look for my son? We can ill afford to be late.
Okay, and his son is up there. Okay, that's not exactly the best place to be at. I believe that is where they accuse people. Or used to, at least.
Father is searching for me. Then it is time. Forgive me. Father insisted we leave immediately, but I had to see for myself. This is where they took my mother to receive Halone's judgment. He said he would fight for her, that justice would be served. But in the end, justice took my mother away from us. Perhaps if I had been stronger, I could have won the battle that my father did not. Well, I must be going. Goodbye, miss.
Okay. So that should be it for that quest. Then we'll head down here. The jewel brochure. Might as well also close this quest thingy. And we have the person that we need to get the quest from.
The trap is set. All I can do now is wait. Ah, are you not the new ward of House Fordumps? The city is practically buzzing with talk of you. I don't suppose you could spare a moment? A thief has been pilfering the profits of merchants here at the Jeweled Crozier, and I mean to flush him out. I placed 3 sacks of counterfeit coins about the lane as bait. Could you check to see if any are missing?
Sure. with them.
The sack of counterfeit coins is still in place. The sack of counterfeit coins is still in place.
What's the last one? Con?
The sack of counterfeit coins has been taken.
Yep.
It looks as though they've taken the bait. Excellent. What they've likely failed to note, however, is the hole in the bottom of the sack. Not a gaping hole, mind you. Just large enough for a coin or two to trickle out as they flee to their hiding place. Let us follow the trail and see who is behind all this.
You find a poorly crafted counterfeit coin.
Currently my mom and dad have set up a small television outside so that they can watch like their, I don't know what's called, like summer house, vacation house, I don't know what's called. It's just a small house that they bought here like last year, I think it was. So they can basically see Tour de France outside in the good weather. Guessing I'm... yeah, here she is. Sup, bitch?
What? What are you giving me that look for? Is it a crime to stand around, minding my own business? Leave me alone.
Okay, return the sack. Doesn't say anything. Harmless only in the sense that it's a hole in the bottom.
So, what did you find at the end of the trail? A young girl, you say? No doubt she's the thief from the broom I've heard so much about. I can't imagine the pain she must feel, alone in the world at a time such as this. My heart goes out to her, it truly does, but stealing is simply inexcusable. If she's as clever as people claim her to be, she will know not to try something so foolish again.
Okay, she's available for triple threat now. Okay, so... let me see here. Okay, I guess we can head to... let's go to Tailfeather. Try and get the Horatius Bath unlocked. So if I remember correctly, it's just 2 quick quests I need to do. the first one I need to do is specifically heat up clay.
Greetings, hunter. Does the hunt go well? There is much delicious meat nearby. There is much delicious fruit nearby. We rarely want for food. What we want for is shelter. Building materials are one thing we cannot hunt. We have no materials. We cannot repair our homes. We cannot build new structures. We have recently treated with the dragons for their clay. But the path for us to take has not been decided yet. There is still much clay at the Nath hive. Fetch 2 boxes worth.
Okay, turn the remaining clay. This. This clay only found in the Dervanian foothills of Abelathia's spine turns a deep ochre fired in a kiln. Color unachievable with any other Illusion clay.
We have recently treated with the dragons for their clay. But the path for us to take has not been decided yet. There is still much clay at the Nath hive. Fetch 2 boxes worth. Thank you, hunter. This will be enough. Dravanian clay is a special kind of dirt. Dirt from deep beneath the smoldering wastes. The Nath combine it with their saliva to make a thick, sticky substance. It is perfect for constructing nests.
And yellow stones.
Are you looking for work, hunter? You come at a good time. We have work for you. We would like you to bring us some materials. To the south of the place men call an XIV, there are craters. In these craters are yellow pebbles. Please collect 4 yellow pebbles from these craters. Please collect these pebbles and bring them to me.
Okay. It's all the way down there. And one of them is in the crater where Special Task Force is located. Great. Okay, there you go. By one. Actually, it's not been that warm, all things considered, here in my apartment the last 2 days. I can feel that I have been eating a little bit more water than usual, but I actually haven't been feeling that warm overall. I actually find kind of surprising considering that we do have a heat wave apparently right now. Guess I might just be lucky with where I live because it doesn't like I even went out. I did some shopping here earlier and it didn't feel as warm. Like it has been feeling a little bit warmer than usual, but not that much, which I find kind of weird. I don't know why it's like that, but yeah. Because usually whenever it's like heat wave, I just
Do you have the
about
pebbles,
to die.
Hunter?
Let's see here. An unidentifiable yellow substance covers this otherwise ordinary pebble or stone.
Thank you, generous Hunter. You waste no time. These stones are used to make Nathic fire sand. We grind the stones and mix them with our air. Actually, we would prefer not to go into details.
Okay, so now we can play Triple Triad against that guy. There's that one. Then we got Mogmel, who is in the Churning of Mists. Where exactly that is at 2835. So right next to Malcolm. So it's too warm. I mean, it did feel pretty warm when I was out walking, but overall it wasn't too warm for me. Guessing it might just be because of where I live. It might not feel that warm, but I don't know. Also, where does that quest sit? Ah, there it is. Parkville.
The shiny sundries made by the landlords are in vogue all across Moom, Kyopo. But Muggles can't work metal themselves, so everyone goes searching for shiny objects at Darloom Cache. But I know a secret place, the House of Letters, Kyopo. So many shiny objects are just waiting for someone adventurous to go pick them up. And they do call you an adventurer, so what do you say? If I had 5 sparkling objects, that should be enough to make the other Muggles jealous.
Must be cheating or speedrunning. I feel like speedrunning would probably make me feel even warmer due to just speed. But I don't know how I would be cheating. I don't know. Could also be that I'm just kind of used to a warm environment since my bedroom is usually pretty warm due to my PC just warming it up quite a bit. Yeah, I don't know, just having a body that can deal with heat. And the thing is just, I don't have that. I usually am about to just die when it's too warm because I just start sweating a ton. I hate warm weather and everything usually, but I am absolutely surprised by the fact that I haven't been dying these last 2 days. Because I feel like the last year when we had the I feel like it was last year at least we had a heat wave as well. I felt like I was dying for that week we had a heat wave. I had trouble sleeping. I was basically just in constant discomfort. So don't know what's happening this year. Where's that last thing I need to find. Is it in here? Up at the top. Yep, up at the top. At least it seems, since you've actually been writing in the chat now, Hugo, it seems like my chat is working. Basically, my chat window in the OBS was kind of acting up here earlier, where it basically just, I think, like 10 times throughout like 2 hours ish, basically just kept being like, oh yeah, let's just reconnect to the chat. For some reason, I don't know why that kept happening, but it just kept on doing that for some reason. But it hasn't been doing that for a while now.
I can't believe no one has thought to go look there yet. Ah, adventurer, were you able to find enough of the landlord's shiny objects?
Yeah, hasn't been doing that like time now at least, and at least messages are appearing. I hope that it just doesn't disconnect again or something, because then I'll have to, like, I guess, use the auto preview chat. Yeah, the same issue. I think Twitch Scandinavia's chat servers that may have had issues. I had a feeling it was probably also something on Twitch's end, because the only other time that I've had trouble with, where I've had trouble with the Twitch or with the chat stuff, has been when I've had my VPN running, and I've basically set it up so the VPN just does not turn on or start, or at least it doesn't connect to anything unless I tell it to. Because otherwise, Twitch just had a tendency to just be like, oh yeah, let's just not work and just constantly try and reload, because for some reason Twitch is apparently not happy with us, or happy with VPNs, I guess. I don't know why, but they're not happy with them. Let's see here. A metal fragment broken off, an item most likely left by the landlords who inhabited the Turning Mists over a millennium past.
Wonderful. Amazing. Spectacular, Kyopapo. I've never seen such lustrous objects before. I'll be the talk of Moom before long. Remember, adventurer, the House of Letters is our little secret.
Okay, Molecule is available now. Then I guess we can head to Isleshire and find Midnight Dew. Yep, Midnight Dew. And I might actually need to leave Isleshire in order to actually do the quests. I'm not entirely sure, because apparently there's two versions of her. There's one in Isleshire, and then there's one, I think, outside of Isleshire, and I think I need to do all of her quests. Let's see. Midnight Dew is there. Community service. Try and quickly search for this quest. Oh my dead Gobby is the one that I need to do. Then there's also what the boat brought in. And taking stock. Okay, so that's the quest from the one who is outside. Which wants to know where in the world we are. That way they don't serve ads or content Unintended or not licensed to areas where they cannot be. Ah, makes sense. Just feel like sometimes when I do get ads on Twitch though, I feel like I do get weird quests, or not, what am I talking about? Weird ads where it's like not Danish ads, where it's like, why am I getting this one? Basically same reason why Netflix and HBO don't like VPNs either. But I'm guessing there's more because of the licensing stuff. Okay, tab clicks. A bum rap.
Chko. Oh. Nasty raidles, attacking poor tap clicks, biting poor tap clicks on the bum. Uplander, kill 3 with much fastness.
Okay, this one. You can see that tab clicks is available now for a match, but I might as well just do this quest and unlock him for good. Or her, I actually don't know what gender tab clicks is. But to be honest with the goblins, it is kind of difficult because the text-to-speech doesn't know what gender they are, and unless they specifically say that they're female or that an NPC mentions that they're female, it's pretty much impossible to know. Honestly, I kind of understand why Warmains just absolutely love Fell Cleave. That's an ice spell or an attack. Okay, so tab clicks. They just bit you in the
Uplander has
ass.
slain 3 raidles, and not suffered injury to rear? Tap clicks knew he could trust this to Uplander. Many Uplanders of Charlayan leave 15 years ago, name of the Exodus. Wild beasts come down from mountains, make lairs in houses and roosts in roofs. Now, all this is their domain. But Gabi flock want to live here too. Must make safe by purging beasts or driving them back to mountains. Tap clicks will yet make this land for all Gobiekin, no matter what it takes.
It's like if I pay for a US ad spot, the platform kind of want to prevent someone in the EU seeing the ad, because that's giving the ad to someone you didn't pay for. Yep. Playing a war, best tank. I mean, I'm mainly just leveling it up because, yeah, I believe that is my second highest level tank. And from what I've been able to see, mainly from what Chunchun has been able to show, Warrior is probably the best tank for just general farming old content, because let's just say that raw intuition is fucking overpowered as hell. Whereas for Paladin, you need to basically use Clemency, which does heal for more, but it's kind of limited how many times you can use that. Plus the rotation is a bit more, I don't know, complex, I guess you can say. Whereas War is just like, smash. Okay, so what the boat brought in?
I've just had word from my crew, they've sighted an empty skiff roped up along the cliffs to the south. The bandits must have been planning to lower their loot down into it and sail away into the sunset. The boat's moored south of St. Moshane's Arboretum. I'm heading down there now, are you coming, or what?
The quest before this one was one of the ones that gave a Aether Current. Spoilers, Raw Intuition gets an upgrade. I know. I mean, you can just look in here and just see like, where the hell is that one? Bloodwetting. Which basically just makes Raw Intuition go from like, it's pretty good to like, this is fucking overpowered as hell. Like, it basically makes it go from like, oh, it's a pretty good mitigation to like, yeah, this might be like one of the best mitigations in the entire fucking game. Just due to the fact that it's like 25 seconds and all of the stuff it just does. Love it with it takes. I mean, it is literally best used in like ad pulls because it's just it's not based on like how much damage you do. It's like based on how many hits you get in. So basically, the more ads you have pulled with you, the more Raw Intuition just heals you for, because like every AoE basically just hits like 7, 12, however many enemies, and each of those hits heals 400, which is so much. Yeah, it's not based on like how much damage you do, it's based on the amount of hits, as far as I understand, because it heals a flat like 400 potency, but it's for each weapon skill successfully delivered. Like if you add a rage / inner release, you heal more. I don't think that actually happens because it's literally says restores HP with each weapon skill successfully delivered. It doesn't matter how much damage you do. The more hits you just, like the more things you just hit with it, the more it heals. Which is why it's way better in AoE than a single target. Paladins do also get a really powerful version of is it Sheltron? Yep, Sheltron. Holy Sheltron. That's a lot of stuff as well. It basically is like you get a increased block, you reduce damage by 15%, and you get a heal over time of 250 for 12 seconds. And you can basically use it almost more often than Raw Intuition and Bloodwetting, which is fucking insane. Your heal seems to be higher with more damage. Could be that it does do that, but from what I understand, it basically just heals more the more enemies you basically hit with it. Could be that I'm wrong. I don't actually know.
The boat's still there, but no sign of the bandits. Chances are they've holed themselves up somewhere in the mountains. I'll stay down here and keep lookout. Meanwhile, I'd have you head up into those hills and see if you can flush them out.
Okay, so where are the thieves? And back to Midnight Doom, and then do one more quest, I believe.
What? The bandits ambushed you? No offense, lass, but I'm glad it was you I sent up into those hills, and not one of my gobby mates. They wouldn't have lasted 5 minutes, but you, well, there ain't a scratch on you. And another 2 bandits down, eh? That skiff of theirs held 8, so there can't be many left to catch now. Can I count on you to see this through to the end, adventurer?
You get the effect every hit, yes, but every hit seems to be related to some damage value into the 400 cure potency. But the math for the AoE seems to be calculated once and dealt to all enemies. That might be true, but I feel like the 400 cure potency might also fluctuate, because it is like kind of like with normal attacks, it's kind of a dice roll depending on how much you do within certain parameters based on like so many different things. And I guess that's kind of the same for healing. But then at the same time, due to how the healing works, 400 potency is apparently for warrior is not as much as 400 potency for a healer, apparently. Due to how healing potency apparently works, from what I understand. It's still really powerful, but it's apparently not as much, I guess. The 400 cure potency here is not the same as 450 cure potency here. Like, cure is apparently still gonna heal more than raw intuition on just a single target, from what I understand. Like if the classes are at the same level. But yeah. Oh, my dead Gobby.
Thanks for taking care of those bandits, adventurer, but it seems the lowdown curs have already got their own back. They've attacked a pair of my Gobby mates who I sent search in the ruins. I've just had word from them over Link Pearl. They tracked the bandits down to the broken bridge, but the dirty dogs spotted them and gave them a hidin'. They're hurt, but they'll live, provided the bandits don't decide to finish the job. Come on, lass, we've got to get down there.
Okay. Nice, but long distance.
That's him. The leader of the bandits who stole my stuff. Go and get him, adventurer. I'll stay here and look after the gobies.
Okay.
Oh, for shite's sake. You gobby-loving gooders just won't take piss off for an answer, will you? If you want a taste of the same medicine we gave your mates, I'm only too happy to oblige. Oi, you lot. Get her.
Go.
You again? But, what happened to my... Ah, bugger. Alright, lass. You got me, bang to rights. I'll come quiet, just let me live, I beg you. PSHHH. Shkoha, Uplander get revenge for Frizzle Gobby? Uplander is big friend to Gobby Flock.
The bastard's surrendered, has he? I thought rats fought back when you had em cornered. Thanks for all your help, adventurer. I reckon I can take care of things from here. Meet me back in Idleshire and I'll give you your reward.
Okay. By the way, do I want to go out and grind the Ratlow's Mount sometime? Sure. Probably not right now, since doing the stream and I'm just trying to unlock triple triad matches, because I've kind of gotten a little bit hooked on triple triad for some reason. I think it's mainly because I want to get a mount you can get from that. And I also just, I don't know, started getting a bit of a hang of the gameplay. Although I will still say that some of the rule sets that you can come up against is fucking bullshit. I will basically say that if you ever try and playing triple triad and you end up in a match where someone uses either plus or same, plus is basically impossible to deal with unless you're like a absolute master at quick math in your head, which I am not, because I don't see the times that you can use plus. And same is just really confusing because apparently they changed how it works, and now it doesn't make any sense to me. So yeah, those two I hate because the AI knows how to use them and I don't, so I just get absolutely stomped by them sometimes.
Thanks for all your help back there, adventurer. If it hadn't been for you, I don't think I ever would have got my goods back. And a nice new set of clothes to boot. Shame we couldn't have kept the skiff, but that wastrel needed something to hie himself home in. Seems there've been more and more bad eggs finding their way into the hinterlands of late. All the scum of Eorzea floating on the tide, thieves and murderers on the run from the city-states, looking to hide out in the old Charlian ruins. But thanks to you, we're one gang down and I'm back in business. The gobies weren't too hurt, neither. Lucky I had some aloe leaves to heal their burns. I thought losing my stock might tear us and the gobies apart, but now we're closer than ever. Idleshire owes you one, adventurer.
I was thinking later sometime, or make it a stream thing. It's 100% up to me. Alright. Okay. Yeah, I need to do community service.
Don't suppose you could lend me a hand, lass? See, Idleshire's made of mismatched odds and ends, and the fastest way to learn about newcomers is to work with them. So I'm of the mind you should pitch in a bit. Ain't a lot of glory in it, but I've got a green adventurer moving foodstuffs into our storerooms. Go and see if the lad needs help, eh?
Okay, and yep, she's available now for triple triad matches, it seems.
What? Oh, confound it all. I knew that one was a bit too bloody light. Oh, pardon me. I've just discovered there's a crack in the urn I was carrying. I've been dropping crab apples left and right without even knowing it. Could I trouble you to look for them whilst I patch the hole?
To make it a stream thing, you might come out and do a sneaky PNG. One of those reactive ones, I'm guessing.
Shko. Uplander is looking for crab apples, perhaps. Here, I found this lying on ground. But Uplander had better wash it muchly before eating.
Okay, and this one.
Hee. Young Uplander is so funny, carrying heavy urn. He does not see crab apples falling from hole in bottom, plop, plop, plop. Uplander, take this back to him.
Okay.
Midnight Dew will have my hide if she learns I mucked up just carrying about crab apples.
Pronounced Bob. Ah. Unlike the crab apple, when ripened to a bright red, crab apples are amazingly sweet and delicious.
Oh. 1, 3. Yes, that's all of them. Thank you, adventurer. Now, what was it that you wanted of me? Ha, so Midnight Dew sent you to help me? Well, I hope I'll have cause to help you in return. That is the way of Idleshire, after all.
I don't know how they work. Reactive images are basically just... there's basically a website that I'm forgetting the name of right now. It's called something like reactive.fugi, F-U-G-I.tech. You can also just, I guess, search reactive images Discord, and all you do is just log in with your Discord, and then you just upload two images, a not speaking image and a speaking image, And then all it does is just that if you're in a Discord call with someone, either through a Discord server or just where you've called each other, it will basically allow you to take a browser source and just add to your like OBS, and it basically just makes the image appear. Pretty simple, to be honest. Then there's like individual browser sources that you can add, or group browser sources. If I wanted to, I could actually quickly pull one up right now. Okay, let's see here. Right now it's not showing. That's because I don't show my own image. Do this. It should have done something. Oh. Isaac. Okay, oh. Okay, why is that not working? That's weird. It should be basically displaying something on the screen right now, but I guess it's not for some reason. Wait, I forgot about that. I'm not in a Discord call. Forgot about that. That's the important part. Okay, I'll just do this. There we go. Basically, this is how it works. You just have like... I already had a reactive image thing, but I need to have that one out. But yeah, it's basically just this thing here, so if you're in the call, it basically just like makes you appear. The grayed out version, that's at least how I've set it up, that my just like dims out the inactive image. And then there's like a bounce effect you can add, crossfade effect apparently. And yeah, just have a like two different images, just an inactive and a speaking one, and it's works pretty simple. Was the thing that I've seen some people do is basically change out sometimes their speaking image to some really weird images, so it's, I don't know, just looks weird as hell. Yeah, it's pretty simple. You can also show names. So, what that one is. Ah, apparently it is able to show like a small name at the bottom. That is way too small. Apparently you can change the pixel size. That's a bit better, but it's still very small and should be possible to like change where that's located. You can also like change alignment, I guess, and you that was the wrong one I did. The transform. Guessing you can probably do this if you want to. Doesn't work well with the names, but yeah, that you can basically also just flip it if you need to. And it basically just displays everyone in the Discord call. It's very nice. And of course you can just make it so that you don't appear on the screen, which I usually don't have set to. Because no reason to do that, because you would most likely have your old model displayed, I'm guessing. Yeah. Pretty simple, but it works well. Okay, so let's see. We got Midnight Dew and Tap Clicks unlocked. Let's see here. Okay, we got that one. Okay, so we got 2 people in Limsa, it seems. Sure, let's go into them. Oh wait, we need to
From
complete
what
this
I've heard
quest.
of how you helped out that lad, adventurer, I'm thinking you'll do just fine here. Sorry for testing you without telling you. When me and mine first got here, it took us a while to find a rhythm. But afore long, we were the best of friends with the Gobies. Now, we're as dedicated as them to building this place into a proper town. And if you're willing to pitch in, it don't much matter where you're from or what brought you here. Long as you help out, you're good in my book, and the Gobies.
Okay, Midnight Dew is available. Chatting. Let's see. Okay, so we got Morton and Kalkaya, I think it's pronounced, in Limsa. Who I also need to unlock. Let's see here. That's a pretty easy quest for Morton. Let's do something called License to Reap, which is a level 2 quest, and Storming the Hole, which I think I've already done. Yep, that's the one that unlocks Hullrigger Isle Hard. And let's see here, Storming the Hole and Soothing the Savage Siren is for Kalkaya. However you pronounce that. That's a level 4 quest. One's also pretty easy. You know. Off to Limsa then. Okay, so the quests were License to Reap and Soothing the Savage Siren. I'm guessing that's probably not any of these. Yep, it's not. Guessing it's most likely around here that I'll find some of them. Okay, Soothing the Savage Siren and License to Reap. Okay.
If you're looking for a place to wet your whistle, Scrag, I'd advise ya to turn tail and run. Captain Roswin's in no mood to be entertaining customers this morn, and even when she is, she ain't particularly good at it. Though, maybe dealing with the customers the sort o' shite what might shake ER from ER doldrums. But if ya mean to venture inside the missin' member, ya best remember to pay your proper respects to the captain, less ya ain't afraid o' goin' missin'. Kneelin' afore ER would be a good start.
So from what I could see regarding the quest, it's basically just do some emotes in front of her, and that's basically it.
Oh ho, so she knows ER place. Good. If only the Krakens had the same sense o' propriety. Bastards keep seizing every Garlean ship before we can take a crack at 'em.
I like the whole thing about like, oh, she'll basically just make us go missing. Doubt. I doubt that.
'Tis a sorry state of affairs when your crew's reduced to preyin' on the leavin' SO that mangy bunch o' man boys. Me younger self would be right disappointed to see how far we've fallen.
Let me actually just, I don't feel like writing that entire thing, so let's just do this point. Also, I got an emote. What emote is that? Shush. Oh yeah, that's from the MSQ. Oh, that. Okay, let's see here. Disappointed.
Humph, so ya do know something o' me pain. But your sympathy ain't worth more 'an a pint o' piss. It's well and good we got the Admiral's permission to capture Garlean ships, but what's the use if ya keep on gettin' beat to your prey? We built our reputation reivin' right off the coasts o' Ovalbrand, not sailin' a dozen malms into the bleedin' sea. The few Imperial dogs found in Lawmansan territory get snatched by Krakens hunting in open waters. I rallied me crew's spirits when I said we were revivin' the old ways, but after all our struggles, they seem resigned to lettin' those bastards ave all the fun.
Okay, and... Really?
Hey? Ya tryin' to make light o' me dilemma? Don't push your luck, Scrag, or I'll gut ya with a hook, like a regular pirate. Wait, that's it. We're pirates, gods damn it, so we should think like pirates. Bugger keepin' Lawmansan waters safe, we'll raid supply shipments to the Garlean outposts along the coasts of Aldnard. Ah ha ha ha. It's so bleedin' simple, I don't know why I didn't think o' this afore. Thank ya for your unintended inspiration, Scrag. To think I almost 'ad ya fed to the sharks.
Don't know why, but for some reason I've been seeing an FC being advertised in the chat for like a few weeks now. The problem is just I have no idea what the fucking FC is called. Like, it's basically what's being advertised here in the orange color. Like, they don't mention what their FC is called. They just go on like, are you looking for an active group and a social focused FC? Somewhere you can chat, do some FC comms events and mount/minion raids. Well, we have a beautiful, and then they mention their house, I'm not going to mention where that is, where we like to relax and unwind in. We also have an active Discord channel, but they don't say what the FC is called. Which makes no sense to me. Like, when you're trying to advertise your FC, it would make sense maybe to advertise also what their name is called. So you know which FC it actually is.
I gather your meetin' with the captain went well? I could hear ER cacklin' all the way out air. Well, whatever ya did, thank ya for doing it. Last thing we needed was ER goin' on another rampage, ruinin' deck swabs and leavin' us with less meat. Tain't easy playin' by the Admiral's rules, but if anyone can find a way, Captain Roswen can.
Okay, play against her. Okay, so we need to make our way all the way up here. So let's just do this to speed up things a little bit.
Ye want for coin, venturer. I'll ye fancy workin' for the Kraken's arms, one o' the greatest pirating crews in Limsa? If you're interested, take yourself up these air steps to the balcony above, and talk to Carvelin, our captain. Do right by him, and he'll do right by yet.
Okay.
Greetings, friend, and welcome to the 7th Sage, purveyors of the finest spices from the east. All of our products are guaranteed obtained through completely legal means. Oh, you do not seek spices, but employment? Well then, let us speak of how you might be of service to our organization. Our misery returned from her latest voyage bearing exotic spices never before seen in Eorzea. I have prepared 2 samplers, each of which I would have you deliver to certain individuals. The first is for Janaid, whom you will find at the Coral Tower. The second is for Master Lingsath, the head chef of the Bismarck. And do make certain the right person gets the right set. Go now, and return here once you have accomplished the task.
Okay. 7th Sage Sampler, a set containing several exotic spices and instructions how they can be used. Not something you would expect from the captain of a band of bloodthirsty pirates. That's because he's actually the son of a Skardian noble house.
A new sample from the 7th Sage? Alright, let's have a whiff of it, then. Ain't smelled nothing like it afore. The note as came with it says it's a root what grows on Uthard. Last I aired, Uthard was under imperial rule. How the 7 L's did Carvelin manage to get old o' this?
It's not under imperial rule anymore.
Enerode, I reckon I can cook up summit fresh and new with it. Thanks for the delivery, friend.
And why are we delivering that to the Marauders Guild? I can understand over to the Culinarians Guild, but the Marauders Guild? Huh.
Welcome to the headquarters of the Yellow Jackets, the keepers of the peace in Limsa. Is there aught I can assist you with? A sample of spice courtesy of the 7th Sage, you say? There is no mistake, this is fire sand, and the kind used by the Garleans besides. Quite intriguing. Very well, we will consider placing an order.
That's the spice.
Oh, you thought that you had brought me spice? I see you are not familiar with Carvelanisms. For the sake of convenience, he uses the word spice to refer to literally anything he has procured on the high seas. Lest you worry, the man isn't engaged in any activity that is considered piracy. Far from it. Think of him as a trader, a heavily armed one, who represents Lawmansan interests in eastern lands.
Okay, so that's why we had to go here. It was gunpowder, essentially.
Welcome back. It would seem both samples were rather well received, and this is in no small part due to our affable courier. 'Tis unfortunate, but notoriety accumulated over the course of years does not fade overnight. There are many still who are hesitant to do business with savage pirates. Yet the old days of piracy have passed, giving way to a new wave of opportunity. My crew and I have decided to embrace this wave. With the Admiral's blessing, we engage in a form of trade with Garlean ships. Everything we do, you may rest assured, is within the law.
And Morden is now available for challenges. Nice. Well, I don't think we actually have that much time left to do any more of these unlocks, because got like 8 minutes left ish. And from what I can see, it seems like most of the people that I'm missing are in areas in Stormblood, from what I can see. Stormblood characters and what is that called? Shadowbringers characters, and then one character specifically in Western Highlands Gothas. Mainly because he has a fucking long quest line that I do not want to, that I don't want to do. What about this person? Why? Oh. On. Why is that person not marked off as one that I've played against? Is that the one that I'm missing? I'm basically using an online sort of I don't know what's called, a tracker. It basically keeps track of what people have I played against, what people have I not played against. Let's see here. It's supposed to be at what coordinates? 6 and 22. So down there. Ah, I can also see the triple triad match there. So that is where he is. Okay. Because he didn't appear to have any quests that he needs to do, but I hadn't played against him apparently. Well, I guess I'll just go ahead and end the stream here because we only got like 5 minutes left, and I don't think I have time to basically unlock any more people. Plus, some of these I don't know if I actually need to unlock them or not, because I haven't really played against anyone in Stormblood or Shadowbringers in terms of Triple Triad, so I have no idea. I've basically just been focusing on Realm Reborn and Heavensward a bit. So yeah. Thanks for the stream. You're welcome, Yoko. Thanks for coming by. Same goes to you, Fabo. So, let me actually... that one, and... over here. So... let's see if I can find someone to raid. Let's see, do we have... we do have some Danish VTubers that I could raid. From what I can see, I think we have 4 that I'm currently... that I at least made sure to follow. How long have you been streaming for? It's Cozy to Lurk. Yep. Okay, let's see. I guess we could maybe go ahead and raid Yomo. I have no idea how long they're gonna be streaming for, because he has been streaming for like 3 hours, but maybe, I don't know how long does his streams usually go for, according to Twitch schedule thing, and it just broke. I tried going back 1 week on the schedule for Yomo, but apparently Twitch didn't like that and just completely broke. I think Twitch is having some problems because I can't check out his previous week for some reason. Like, it literally just, the entire like section where it like shows the schedule just like breaks, and I don't know why. But it seems to only happen when I go like back 1 week. If I go forward 1 week, it doesn't. I don't know. But yeah, we'll just raid Yomo. Let's see here. Pretty sure I wrote that. I think I've done the command correctly. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah. con that did it. Maybe. Yeah, it just doesn't want to work fully, so I don't know what's going on. But, I mean, I have also been having a little bit of trouble with Twitch chat, where it just, at the start of the stream for like 2 hours, just tried reconnecting, I don't know, 10 times. So I don't really know what's going on with Twitch, so maybe it's a Twitch problem, maybe it's just something, I don't know. But, yeah. I'll just go ahead and raid Yomo, and yeah. I should be back, hopefully, on Friday with some more Final Fantasy, where I am gonna make sure that I get started on some of the bigger side content from Shadowbringers. I am not sure which one I'm gonna get started on, because we basically have the Eden raids, we have the Ultimate Weapon trials, and we also have the Yorha Alliance raids, and I don't entirely know how long some of these are going to take, because unlike with the Alexander stuff, and especially or I guess both the Alexander and Omega stuff, and all the stuff from those patches, or like stuff that people just kind of grind, or can just semi make it through without too much trouble. And then there's of course the Born stuff that's just a joke at this point. This is like previous content, like previous expansion content, so that's probably gonna maybe take a bit longer, maybe it's gonna be difficult, I have no idea. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how that goes. But yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out like which one I want to do, maybe figure out like how long does it take to do those things, because if they take, I would prefer to basically be done with one of them in just like 1 weekend, because I'm gonna assume that most of them are gonna take like, or at least the raids, or the raid series are gonna take like at least 2 days, I'm thinking. The trials I can maybe, depending on if maybe I can get Yoko to help me with the queues, it can maybe go faster. But yeah, I have no idea. Could go faster, could not go faster, I don't know. It also depends on like how fast we get through the trials, but overall, the Omega raids, not Omega raids, Ultimate Weapon trials should be able to be done in just one 5-hour stream, I'm thinking. Could be wrong, but that's what I'm sort of assuming might be the case. But who knows, maybe I could be wrong. Maybe there's some fucking long cutscenes. Still have no idea what the FF MMO is about after being here so much. I mean, I think most of the stuff that I've been doing has just been like side content. Don't even remember when was it that I'm forgetting when it was that I finished the MSQ fully. I think it was like 2 weeks ago or something. Some time ago. But yeah, to be honest, most of the story makes no sense. Like later on. Like a lot of the characters that you can introduce to, you need to like have played through A Realm Reborn and some of Heaven's Sword in order to really know who they are. And yeah, like if I see stuff from like Endwalker now, I would probably sort of have a semi idea of like what's happening, because I've played through all of the other expansions. But I'm pretty sure that if someone who has like has no idea of like anything in the story, sees like a cutscene or something, they would probably just be like, I have no idea who any of these people are. Like, I can see a character and be like, oh, that's that character. We now know that that character is alive and they are an important person in the story. And then in your case, Fireball, for example, it could be that you see a pretty prominent character and you're just like, I have no idea who this is. But to be honest, the story is also a bit confusing at times if you don't follow it along, because it is just... Yeah, I've been playing for like almost a year now on this character, and I am only at the point where I can start the new expansion, which has been out since like December-ish. Just think it's your mindset on, you will never learn a new MMO. Yeah. I feel like the reason why I could sort of learn how to play Final Fantasy is because it's kind of similar to World of Warcraft in a lot of ways. And then in some ways it's not, but at least most of the controls and combat is mostly similar. At least in terms of like the like how the combat works for the most part. My god, is there a lot of systems that I did not understand at the start. You have around 1.5 thousand hours in Warframe. No idea what's going on in that game, and you just know you can get new characters. I think I have played actually a bit of Warframe before. I think it was Warframe at least. I'm just gonna quickly make sure. Was it that one? Ah, yeah. Space Robot Ninjas, I guess you can sort of call it. The game. I have played a little bit of that some years ago. It didn't really hook me that much, but I could definitely see the appeal of it. And yeah. Didn't really play it, but I just didn't. Like, I feel like I didn't really fully understand how some of the systems worked, because I was just like, how does any of this work? But I feel like if I had spent some more time, I could probably have learned them a bit more, because it also took me some time with Final Fantasy, because it feels like they keep introducing new sort of, I don't know, content or systems each expansion, and it's just like, okay, how the fuck does this work now? Anyway, I should probably go ahead and just end the stream so I don't end up sitting here for way more time than I intended to, and just go ahead and raid Yomo before he ends up ending his stream. So, yeah. It's about explaining it all. Yep. Just derp. That is like a new game with like a complex sort of system is just like the first time you're seeing it, it's just like, what? Like, I've had to basically figure out systems in Final Fantasy and explain it to two of my friends who didn't understand the systems, and even then they didn't. They have in some of those systems not fully understood them. So yeah, I'm not always the best teacher when it comes to those things, or it's just because they don't always listen to what I'm saying. So you can only be systematic about it. Yep. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream now so I can get some more water and cool down a bit and relax, play some Triple Triad, and yeah, I'll go ahead and send you guys over to Yomo. So thank you everyone for dropping by and watching the stream. It was fun, and yeah, I'll hopefully see you guys either on Friday or Saturday. So, yeah. Till next time, guys, I'll see ya.